Hey everybody, happy Saturday morning, or I don't know what time it is. Yeah, Saturday morning. If you're up like me, been showered and everything, see my lovely scar. Today we are gonna do comparison makeup because I didn't think of something when I made the schedule yesterday. If I do comparison makeup during the week, I'm going to work with half my face with one and half my face with the other makeup. So, I don't know that I want to do that. All right, so this is I want to say this. I want to compare this as closely as possible. So I don't want to do apples and oranges. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the Rimmel one I talked about my last live last night, the Stay Matte. I'm gonna do that, the primer and the foundation that I got. This is just from Super Target. I just want to try it. The closest thing I can really think of is not the Liquid Touch foundation from Younique. It would actually be the BB Flawless. So I'm going to use that in Bisque, and I'm just going to use our normal primer. Alright, so I already have the primer on. It's a really good habit to get into. If you're on, say hi. Let's see who's on right now. It's a really good habit to get it into is to take a little bit of this, if this is the one I have open, let me see, yep, and just do a pea-size amount. It's literally all you need for your whole face. I'm going to do more primer than I need to. I already have it on. Do this. Put it all over your face. Then, I don't know, go brush your teeth, do something else. Just for a few minutes, let it sit so your makeup is going to go on top of the primer and not into your fine lines and pores. Okay, so I already did that. Pretty much on my whole side of my face, which I didn't think. This is the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me. So this is makeup. It just says makeup primer mattifying. So we're going to try this. Okay, this is white. I don't know how much you need. Okay, this is like a lotion, so I'm going to need a little bit more than a pea size that I know off top. So let's try this. Let's say this side, my right side, is going to be the side with the scar. Is going to be the side that we try. So what I'm going to do is put this on now, and then like tonight, when I go to take my makeup off, I'll pop back on. And I'll also do some pictures. Alright, so down the center of my nose, we're going to do this. I'm going to use my Younique, 2 different brushes so I don't contaminate anything. But for the Younique side, obviously, I'm going to use my Younique foundation brush. Handy dandy one. And then let's just use a Morphe one for, these are fairly dry already from yesterday. Let's see. I'm going to use a Morphe, I'll tell you the number, just in case you want to know. I'm going to use a Morphe E49 for the Rimmel makeup. So let's just start with the BB Flawless. You really don't need much of this. You can apply it with your hands. I don't like applying makeup with hands just because I'm kind of a germaphobe and I just really like to keep everything clean. I'm just going to put a little bit on this foundation brush. And I'm kind of going to look at this mirror up here. Just work that in. You could use a blending bud. I'm not really a fan of blending buds for doing the whole face or a large portion of the face. I just like to use brushes, but that's a preference. If you're trying to get anywhere that's like a fine area, maybe up in here by your eyes or by your nose, I might use one to clean it up a little. I'm just using a little bit of this because you don't need much and I don't want to waste any since I'm doing half my face, so that's why I'm going slowly with this. So BB cream, if you're not really aware, is so good for summer. It's so hydrating. It doesn't give you a ton of full coverage. You can add a powder on top if you want it to be a little bit more mattifying, which I actually might do. But if you're just running out in the summer, you know, running to Walmart, running to Target, the grocery store you have off, you could wear this to work. I actually used to wear this before the Liquid Touch Foundation with concealer and the primer and the powder, just because I need that extra coverage. Hey Jessie, how are you? How's the weather out by you? I'm a little jealous. It's not quite warm yet here. Okay. And guys, I'm on a slight delay, so like if you respond, hi Christy, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm on a slight delay, so yeah, Jessie. It's hot. See, I'm so jealous. What's the temperature? So I'm using my Morphe, and now I'm going to do this side with the Rimmel. What's hot? I'm curious. Let's see. I don't know how thick this is. I've never put it on. Whoa, that's thick. Okay. So that's probably all we're going to need for this side of my face. I just picked the color. Let's see. This color's just soft beige. Jessie has the cutest little girl. I saw some pictures you posted, Jessie, and she's so cute. Adorable. So far, I'm liking the coverage of this other one. It's a little bit higher coverage, which isn't bad. It's 87, but it's going to be 95. Oh my god, we're not quite there, but I don't know if I want that warm, but I want some warm weather. Christy, how are you? I'm blinking on where you're at, Christy. I feel like everywhere it's supposed to be warm. Like here, it's supposed to be warm, but we're just not getting there. I don't know what's preventing it, but okay. So with this one, I just wanted to say real quick, it's got more coverage to it, and that's okay. I didn't know. I'm just testing this out, obviously. So to do a real comparison, we'll probably just do some powder and concealer on the other side. That's okay. I'm trying to do as much as I can, apples to apples when comparing, but this is a new product, so I've never used. It's not bad. It's just, this isn't as high a coverage. Oh yeah, you're in Texas, upper 80s. Jessie, are you in Arizona? Why do I think you're in Arizona? I'm so jealous of you guys. Oh, so jealous. I'm in Illinois. You guys know, in Chicago. And I think it's like the high, we might get to 70 today. We might. Yeah, you're in Arizona. Oh. Are you guys like already sick of the hot weather? Have you had some pretty decent hot weather? Or are you I'm just cleaning up here. Or are you guys like just getting to those temperatures and you're loving it? Because I am so jealous. Alright, like I said, so we can do more apples to apples. I'm going to put a little concealer over here to make this higher coverage. But I'm going to get a higher, not scarlet, do a darker one. So jealous. Oh, I love Texas, and I really want to go to Arizona. It's like my next place, Arizona, Colorado. You've never had a winter? I know, I have family there. I was down there 2 summers ago. And Tyler's where it was at. Tyler, I think. 106? That's nuts. How do you guys, it's gotta be a dry heat though. Because when I went to Florida, for example, Texas, I was okay. I went in July. I was not expecting as much as hot as it was, but when I went to Disney for the first time, I went down to Florida like last year in July, that heat, oh my god, I couldn't handle it. I was kind of miserable. So I know if I ever go back to Disney World, I'm gonna have to go in like October. But I'm so jealous of you guys. I feel like I would get used to it if I lived in places like that though. Because Jessie, aren't you from like, I remember you saying, are you from like Michigan or something? You're not from, I'm just putting a little concealer to even it out. You're not from hot weather, right? Like that's something you're getting used to? Christy, have you always lived in the hot weather? I feel like if you're born in it, like, you just, I know my aunt, who I stayed with, is just, she's used to it. This is going to even the color out so I don't look like one side of my face is super ghost-like and the other side of my face is a little bit warmer. That's all I'm doing. Texas and Florida, yeah. So you're used to it. You guys come up to Chicago ever and been like, oh my god, I'm gonna freeze to death? Because even in our hottest weather, it's probably like 105. That's probably as hot as it gets. I shouldn't say that. I'm sure it's been hotter, but like recently, with our summers, that's been what we've had. So, it's a little, okay, so see how I evened out the color a bit? It's crazy. Oh, you're from Pennsylvania. You hate the cold. Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. I'm like, if I move somewhere warm, I really don't think I'd miss this cold. Because I love Pennsylvania. That's like another state. If I was gonna, I think if I was gonna move somewhere, like right now, if I had to move to a different state, and it had to be a warm state, I would move to Texas. I think I would. I think I'd move to Fort Worth. And then otherwise, I did a ton of traveling to, well, not a ton, but I traveled to Pennsylvania for work. And my cousin just moved up there, and I love Pennsylvania. But yeah, you get the, like, I feel like you have the winters we have here in Chicago, and they're not fun. And we didn't have, like, a serious winter this last time, but, they're, oh god, they suck. The car won't start. It's awful. Okay, so real quick, back to makeup. I just put some, for a little bit more coverage to even this out, so we're more apples to apples. I did a little bit more on this side, which was my Younique side, a little bit darker of a concealer, just for a little bit more coverage too. So when I'm walking around, like I said, I'm not like ghost-like, and then I'm just tan or have more of a complexion. So that evened it out a little bit more. I am just going to blend things in with the blending bud to match it up, and then I'll take a picture. Actually, you know what? We're going to do palette too. We're going to do some makeup. I'll take a picture, and then we'll do a comparison at the end of the day. But, well, I'm glad you guys get to experience that. I don't know. I don't know, Jossie, if you ever get to the point where you're like, oh, I miss home, though, with the 108. Like, you guys don't have fall, right? Fall's my favorite. I absolutely love fall. It's my, like, absolute overall favorite, season. Alright, so now I'm going back, and I'm just going to do a little bit of eye makeup. I'm going to do palette 2. So if you want to stay with me, please do. I did palette 1 the other day. This is what palette 2 looks like. It's not one that I use very often, but it is, part of the kudos this month. You can pick palette 2 as part of it. So there is one color in here I absolutely love. We can do some really fun highlighting too. I'm just gonna show you some colors in there real quick. So, like I said, feel free to stay on if you'd like. Okay, I am going to, sorry, that was a little patchy. That's my first comparison video, so now I kind of know. I'm going to put some eye primer on because whenever I suggest, you know, if it's Younique or not Younique, whatever, when you're using a palette like this or mineral eyeshadow, try to use a primer because it's going to stay on. So, like, for example, we have the Splurge cream shadows, and you don't necessarily have to do that use that with this, but I still do, because I don't know about you guys, but I think, I don't know, with lipstick, it's hard enough to get to stay on. I could say the same thing for eyeshadow. Okay, so we did that. Just threw some of that on. I'm going to cover that scar if you guys don't mind me cheating a little bit, just because it bugs me. Can't believe I did that. I had this new expensive, like, hair tool, and I've straightened my hair for, like, ever, and I burnt my face. And I thought the scar would go away, but I don't know that it's going to. Hopefully it fades. So if you guys know any good, like, things to get rid of scars besides just hiding it with makeup, please share. Because I don't like that. So what else does everybody have going on today? In your beautiful hot weather? Any swimming going on? Family stuff? Working the legging world for you, Jessie, if you're still on. There, thank you for letting me cheat a little bit. I just wanted to cover that. That was bugging me so bad. Okay. Spray this a little. Whenever you're gonna go to Lowe's and buy house stuff, yeah. I don't know, sometimes that's fun, I feel like, but like, when it's that warm, especially here, because we have a Home Depot down the street, we don't have a lot of Lowe's. It's just so packed that it's like, it's not fun, but it can be fun. Blend that out. Okay. It can be fun, but yeah, you're right. It's not always if you're getting like flowers or like outside stuff, I feel like then it's fun. But if it's inside stuff, I don't really care. My dad drags me along. But I've gone with plenty of X's. Okay, I feel like I just need a little bit of this, yeah. This scar will not cover. There we go. It covered. Okay. Yeah, the garden center. I'm feeling you on that one. Okay. So, there's not really an eyebrow color I'd want to use in here. So, we'll do that later. Let's skip on to eyeshadow. Alright, does anybody have a preference? I like Honorable. That is this color. It's like a purple brown. I think it's so pretty for brown eyes. But if anybody else has a preference for putting on, I would say like your main eyelid part, which is very inarticulate, maybe Cocky, something darker for the eye. I'm going to probably go with Perplexed, if that's okay with everybody. I don't know where my eyebrow brush went. I'm going to have to get a new one. Okay, so Perplexed is like a darker purple brown. This whole, you can see it's like silvers and browns and purples. It's like a classic Hollywood kind of palette. That's how I like to think of it. So this is going to look dark. I'm going to blend it out. Don't worry. I'm using my crease brush as a fill-in. Okay. Look crazy, crazy, crazy. So what kind of plant are you doing planting in Florida? Like, what do you guys normally, I guess it's a dumb question, but like, what do you normally plant that survives, you're in Texas now, survives this heat, or that heat? I know my aunt was big into gardening too when I was down there. Let's see if this will stay here. Alright, so we're going to lighten that up a bit. There's a color called Romantic. I'm just going to pat some down over that that's a little dark for the day. And blend it out. And by the way, this is just a fluffy brush. It's a Morphe MB23. Roses? Okay, so, oh yeah. The rose, you know what, we were going to go to, so it was Tyler, so I don't know if you're familiar with that. Is that by where you were at in Texas? I don't know. They had some museum we were going to go to. It was like the Rose Bowl, I don't know, like the dresses they wear or whatever. Okay, so we did that. Let me see what else is in here. Let's use Blissful in the crease. get some of this off. So Blissful's got this kind of like sheen. It's really pretty. Some right here. This might be more of like a, I don't know, I feel like I'm ending up doing more of like a nighttime look than a daytime look for a Saturday. But it all works. Okay, so that's pretty much, you know, just like it, if you can see that, it's a little bit of a lighter look. I would actually, I think what I want to do, that's that palette. That's probably the extent of what I would do for daytime. But what I do want to do is use one of our, if you bear with me, I have it right here, cream shadows, because I was obsessed with using this cream shadow with this palette. So let me see if I have it right here. It's called Honorable. It's absolutely beautiful. Faithful. Of course, it's the one that I want, right? Alright, let me grab it. I don't know why I don't have it in here. Hi, Sheldon. Okay. It's called Happy. This doesn't come in the Kudos, but it goes beautifully with that palette, and it complements it. It's a brownish purple. One of my favorite things to wear in the fall, but you could wear it now during the day. I'm just going to pat some down, add a little matte. This is a matte, to complement the other colors in that palette. So, there's that. And then you do get one pencil that comes with, so let me see if I can grab the pencil I'm looking for. You don't know, guys, I've worked so hard in this setup, and I'm still trying to, like, still trying to get everything together. I think my mom borrowed my pencil. Let's use Perfect. Perfect is black color, so let's use this. I like to tightline and go up here, and then I like to use my waterline and mascara. It's typically what I wear to work or wear out, so we're tightlining. Okay, so we've used palette 2, we've used Perfect, the pencil, that's what you get in the Kudos, and now we're going to use the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. So you get 2 of these in it's a nice little soft bag collection. I'll clean that up when I'm done. So you do gel, fiber gel, and you can, I'm going to do it once because I'm doing like a daytime look, but you could repeat this and do it as many times as you like and get your lashes as long as you'd like. So I'm going to look up in this mirror over here. Oops. And if you make a mistake like that, don't worry. Let it dry, it will flake off. I don't normally put this on in the mirror when I'm doing lives, but because it's part of our kudos, I want to show you guys it's easy. So that'll flake off. I know that doesn't look very good, but don't worry about it. Okay, so like I said, don't worry. This is your fibers, your tube. So I'm going to show you a trick. You're going to rub this on the back of your hand, and it's going to make them nice and compact. It'll wash off, but it's going to keep them tight. So when you're doing this, you're not going to have fallout. Okay, so we did oops. Let me clean that up. That side is the makeup that I am not used to wearing. That was my fault. Sorry, guys. I just smeared it. Oh my goodness, what is on this brush? Okay, we'll fix that. Don't worry about it. I don't know what's on the brush I just grabbed, but we'll fix it. My goodness. Okay, so let's just do the eyes, and then I will fix that. So now we're going to seal in our fibers. If you don't do this last step, if you forget it, you're going to have fallout of the fibers on your face. Okay, so now let's go in and fix that. That is craziness. I'm going to use a blending bud because my brush, I don't know what's on that brush right now. So we're just going to do this. I don't know what the heck's on there. And I apologize. As I'm saying, I don't use them very often. Okay. So, that side's fixed. Shelly, hold on 1 second, baby. The pug wants out. Baby. And that'll flake off. Yeah. Okay. So normally, technical difficulty, that flakes off. I just grabbed a brush that was dirty. I very much apologize for that. So, it's gel, fiber, gel. You gotta seal them in with the gel. If you don't seal them in with the gel, you're gonna have fallout. So, if you're still having that and you're sealing them in, do that on the back of your hand like I did. It'll wash right off. And if you want to make your eyelashes larger, you can keep going, keep going, keep going. I don't prefer to do that. Now I remember that I just had this on the back of that brush, and that's why I did that. So, I'm going to throw on some eyebrows and maybe do a little contouring. If you would like to stay on, please do so. If not, that is okay. This is Hermosa. Just gonna grab, like I said, some contouring here. Do a little C3. So, quick tip when you're doing some, you want to do light contouring, or contouring is intimidating. You do C and then 3. So what we're doing on the one side, we gotta do on the other side, right? Whoa. Technical difficulties today. Okay. Okay. This brush is not working for me. Shelly, please stop crying. I'm gonna let you out in a second. You're right here with me. Let's use... Oh, my goodness. My brushes just fall all over. Okay, let's use the powder puff brush instead. Now we're doing 3. So we did C and 3. Okay? I was going to do brows, but since this just fell all over and we're having so many technical difficulties because there's so much stuff and I really need to move this, I don't know if we will. Alright, I think that's all we're going to do today. I'll do some brows after this. I gotta clean up all these makeup brushes. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but anyway, one side versus this side, all I did was a BB cream to even it out. Tried to do apples to apples, because once I put it on, it was a little bit lighter. So what I did do was take, and make it a little bit more full coverage like this side, was use some of this on a brush to try to even it out. That's what I did here. I used the primer for Younique on the one side, and I used the primer for Rimmel on this side, and then I went ahead in with palette 2. I used the colors Romantic and Blissful, and I did more in my crease and on my lid. I blended it out with Honorable, which is a splurge cream color you can get. This month, remember, the kudos is pick your palette. So this was palette 2. You get to pick a pencil and you get the mascara. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I know that was kind of goofy and unorganized. I apologize. We'll do it better next time. I hope everyone has a great Sunday, and I'll post some pictures later. Thanks.